Okay, good afternoon. Salam alaikum. Um, okay, here, welcome to our YouTube channel. And in this video, I'm going to explain how to differentiate between a pericardial and a pleural effusion in the parasternal long axis view. Um, in this view, we are seeing the long axis view, and the structures that we see here at the top, where I've zoomed, that is the right ventricle outflow tract, that is the closest chamber to the chest wall. The next structure that we see is the intraventricular septum. That's the chamber that separates the right ventricle and the left ventricle. Then as we move downwards, we're starting from the top to bottom, because each time we are doing an echo evaluation, we must be systematic, very systematic. Otherwise, we'll miss some certain details if we just go haphazard in our analysis of an image. So posterior to the intraventricular septum, in this long axis view, what we see is the left ventricular chamber. Then posterior to the left ventricular wall is the bright echo, a thin bright echo that we see. From there, we see a clear echo-free zone. And posteriorly, as we move posteriorly, we are seeing the structure there labeled AO, which is aorta. What type of aorta is that? Is the descending thoracic aorta. So the fluid and echo-free zone that lies anteriorly to the descending thoracic aorta, that is a pericardial effusion. And any echo-free zone that lies posteriorly to the descending thoracic aorta, that is a pleural effusion. Now, how do you differentiate? We have to look at the anatomy of the heart in this parasternal long axis view. We know that the posterior to the posterior left ventricular wall is a bright echo. That bright echo is the pericardium. Now, the pericardium is divided. It has two parts. There is the visceral pericardium and the parietal pericardium. So the visceral pericardium lines the heart itself, the heart muscle itself. And the parietal pericardial membrane is the outer portion. So the two form a potential space. So that is the potential space that fluid is likely to accumulate in pathological conditions. It can be inflammatory, it can be due to trauma. So that is the space that is created between the two. There is usually just a little amount of fluid under normal circumstances, between just less than 50 milliliters, to enable the heart to move smoothly. So when there's too much fluid in there, what does it do? There's a separation now of the parietal pericardium membrane, causing an echo-free zone which lies anteriorly to the descending thoracic aorta. So this is how you differentiate the two. And also in this view, there are two valves away from the fluid itself. You can also actually identify easily pericardial effusion using the subcostal view. But in this view, again, away from the fluid itself, other structures that we see here, there are only two valves that we see here. We see the mitral valve, which is open, which means this is a diastolic frame. So we also see the aortic valve, which is closed. So we know that when the mitral valve is open, the aortic valve closes. So that's the normal physiology. So thank you very much for listening, and watching this clip. I'm sure it's going to help you. And next time you don't want to miss anything that we post on our YouTube channel, please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. Assalamu alaikum and